we're showing that we're approaching 600 individuals that are hospitalized for this disease. Now, that's about half of where we were at the peak back in the spring, but it's a significant number of people. It's still fairly well below the hospital capacity of Westchester County, so we're not on the cusp of what you've seen on television in Southern California, Arizona, rural North Dakota, where the number of sick people have eclipsed the amount of rooms and availability to help them. So hospitalizations at that number. Fatalities have risen now to over 1,800 fatalities, and we've had now 5, 9, and 11 and 13 people a night that are being affected by this. And that's a concern to us because when we were going through the summertime, we had very little in the way of fatalities. We had weeks where we had no one fatally affected. So the advancement of the virus right now is running a fast race, and it's the distribution of the vaccines that will be the offset to that. As we know, just for baseline discussions, the system of vaccination distribution has been set up in our area by the state of New York. They've set the rules for who's eligible to be vaccinated, and they've set up the places to vaccinate, and they are responsible for delivering the product that they receive from the federal government.
In the beginning, as everyone has stated, it was very difficult for anyone to get tests, and we experienced that until we were able to get a testing site up at the neighborhood health center. And now it's very difficult to get vaccinations. The rollout of testing and now the rollout of vaccinations are definitely far behind, but that's because we have not had a national strategy and plan. We're confident that with new leadership that this is going to become more of a priority. In the past few weeks, we've seen our active cases double. We were hovering, in the 300s to 400s, and as of today, we are at 814 active cases. So the only thing that is going to stop this train from going off the rails is vaccinations being made available.
Considering that Yonkers is in the yellow zone, that there is a tremendous population that's kind of crammed into a few square miles, and that many of the people, the families, just won't travel to White Plains. It's important for us to get a facility here in Yonkers, and I've asked, I've sent a letter, obviously, to the governor and to the administration, asking that they make something available. We will work with the county. Obviously, we'll work with the state. We have facilities. We have old hospitals. We have an old, PAL. It's an old armory. We have facilities that can offer, that are right dead set in the community, that can offer the vaccine to any family that is willing to walk in our doors. They could walk right to the facility. It's right in the heart of the yellow coded areas. And so we're here, we're ready, we're willing. A lot of it, I think, has to do with supply. So we're hopeful that the supplies are coming, and then we'll able to get something up and started.
The vaccine is here. It's safe. It's effective. There's every reason to hope that as 2021 progresses, more people will be vaccinated. We will come closer to approaching herd immunity, and there's reason to be hopeful that we'll get back to something resembling normal life. We all recognize that the vaccine rollout has been challenging, that supplies are still constrained, nowhere close to the demand. Many people seeking the vaccine have found the process to be frustrating, so it does require a great deal of patience and persistence. But I do think, especially with an administration in Washington that shows every sign of being committed to a competent national COVID strategy, there's reason to expect that supplies will ramp up. And just as the testing process back in the spring started out a little bit chaotic and eventually matured into a more efficient, predictable system, I think we'll see that with vaccination as well. So I choose to be optimistic about our course. And in the meantime, all of us really need to continue being responsible, keeping our distance, wearing masks. All the things we're tired of doing after all these months will remain critical until we really get to the end of the tunnel.